Menopause can be a challenging time for women marked by symptoms of hot flashes, night sweats, and weight gain. I'm Brian Desvonick, a naturopathic doctor, and I have helped countless women navigate the complexities of menopause. In this video, I'll share practical strategies to help you conquer menopause, lose belly fat, sleep better, and feel amazing. We'll dive into nutrition, exercise, sleep, and how all that relates to hormonal changes. Around age 40, women's hormones start to change, and typically women don't feel the symptoms until around age 50, and the worst of those symptoms usually last about 3 to 5 years. Once a woman goes one complete year without having a menstrual period, she is said to be in menopause. These years prior to that, we call it perimenopause. Things can be done to ease the transition from perimenopause to menopause, resulting in less body fat, better sleep, and more energy. Let's start with the fun stuff: nutrition and how to keep the weight off. Weight management starts with keeping track of what you're eating, because you need to know how many calories you should be eating per day in order to reach your weight goal. The easiest way to keep track of your calories is to download an app on your phone. There's many different ones out there. I recommend getting a free one. This is the one that I use, and in a couple minutes I'm going to show you some cool features that this one has. By keeping track of everything you're eating, including the amounts of carbohydrates, proteins, and fats that you're eating on a daily basis, you will learn over time what it takes to reach your weight loss goals. When you're preparing and eating food at home, it's best to measure everything, because that's what's going to give you the most accurate data. When you're not at home, or precise measuring just isn't your thing, the app's got you covered, because it helps you estimate your portion sizes. For example, let's jump on into the app. Go ahead and choose your meal, add a food, click the drop-down menu next to the unit of measure, and hit Portion Guide. You can scroll through to get a general idea of common portion sizes. The app also lets you quickly scan food barcodes, saving time and ensuring accurate calorie tracking, and their database is quite extensive. Just to make sure you know what a serving size is for a particular food, in this example, a serving size is about 11 tortilla chips, which isn't that many chips, but it's a whopping 140 calories. As you continue using the app over time, you will gain valuable insights into your eating habits, and you will be able to make adjustments to your caloric intake to reach your weight loss goals. Aim to keep all your macros below the app's recommended intake. If your carbs are too high or your protein is too low, make adjustments to your meals tomorrow. Aim to keep your daily protein as close to max as possible, and try to keep those carbs down a little bit below the threshold. After about 3 weeks of using the app, you will notice you are eating less, but you are not feeling as hungry. Essentially, you are going to recalibrate your metabolic set point, and that is the goal. Stress receptors in your digestive tract and various peptide hormones related to satiety will recalibrate, making it easier for you to eat less moving forward. Some other practical tips include using a smaller plate for your meals, eating slower, and planning your meals. If you're an emotional eater, I recommend keeping a safety food on hand so that you don't get carried away. For example, if ice cream is your weakness, instead of having ice cream in your freezer, keep some frozen berries or some frozen bananas for those emotional times. If cookies and pastries are your weakness, I would recommend maybe not having those in your home, but maybe having those when you go out. You could still eat these bad foods, but now that you're keeping track of your calories, you know that you have a limit, and you know what that limit is. Lastly, if you're going to go to a social gathering, eat something before you go so that you don't graze at the snack table before you're waiting for the main meal to be prepared. By consistently tracking your food intake and making mindful choices, you will make significant steps towards your weight loss goals, especially in this time where it seems like weight loss is impossible. Next, let's talk about exercise. I used to think that the more you moved, the more you lose. Boy, was I wrong. It turns out it's more complex than that. Over the years, I've had several perimenopausal and menopausal patients coming to me complaining that, "Doc, I'm spending hours and hours in the gym doing cardio per week, and I'm not losing weight." Super duper frustrating. Same thing happened to me. When I turned about 41 years old, I started really getting into long distance running. I was running sometimes 40 miles per week, and I started to develop belly fat. And you'd think putting in all that effort, you're going to burn this belly fat, but new research suggests otherwise. Data gathered from the Biggest Loser study suggests that sustained increases in physical activity may have caused compensatory metabolic adaptations to substantially decrease resting metabolic rate that thereby minimize changes in total energy expenditure. In other words, if you spend a lot of time doing cardio workouts, the body seems to adjust and becomes more efficient at holding on to that stored energy, which is what you don't want when you're trying to lose weight. The current recommendation for exercise to reduce body fat involves resistance training and short duration, high intensity cardio or interval training. Instead of walking for an hour, power walk for 1 minute, take a 3-minute break, and repeat that 4 to 6 times. If you have joint pain, do the same type of interval training, but with something that's more lower impact, like cycling or swimming or a rowing machine. In addition of about 2 days of high intensity cardio, the majority of your workouts should be resistance training like weights, bands, or body weight exercises. Aim for 3 resistance type workouts per week, targeting different muscle groups. Pilates and other resistance training focus on your core muscles will help to improve your posture, giving you the appearance of looking thinner. But Dr. D, how can I work out if I'm having hot flashes? Well, if you're having hot flashes, I would recommend finding a doctor like me who can give you recommendations for botanical medicines or, frankly, hormone therapy to help you control your hot flashes. I frequently prescribe black cohosh, chase tree berry, and even a low-dose progesterone cream, which can be found over the counter to give you some relief with those hot flashes. Of course, if those things don't help, like I said before, you could always see a doctor like me who can give you a pharmaceutical dose of the appropriate hormones. The final important thing about exercise in menopause is the effect that exercise has on your bones. It keeps them stronger. It's well known that menopausal women have a higher frequency of osteoporosis or thinning of the bones. So challenging those bones on a regular basis is crucial to keeping them strong and preventing fractures moving forward. Exercising regularly and a prescription for a physiologic dose of estrogen can be very helpful in keeping your bones strong because estrogen is a signaling molecule. When your bones are put under stress, estrogen helps to keep them strong. If you're curious about hormone therapy, talk with your doctor or find a doctor like me who can safely give you guidance. Remember, menopause does not have to mean the end of your fitness journey. With the right approach, you can overcome challenges, lose weight, and feel amazing, even in this time where you think that is impossible. Let's talk about sleep. Sleep is a crucial component of overall health, especially during menopause. Studies show a strong link between lack of sleep and weight gain. Whenever you're not sleeping enough, you tend to crave more foods, crave the wrong foods, and quite frankly, when you don't sleep, you don't have enough energy to exercise. Hormonal changes during perimenopause and menopause often disturb sleep. In my clinic, I have found that balancing progesterone levels has a significant impact on sleep and sleep quality. To assess hormone levels, I recommend a saliva hormone test, which measures cortisol, DHEA, estradiol, progesterone, and testosterone. Often I find that low progesterone levels contribute to sleep disturbances. In these cases, a progesterone prescription can be helpful. I have found that a prescription for oral progesterone, meaning in a capsule form versus a cream form, is more helpful for sleep, and it is believed that the oral form hits your GABA receptor, which helps with relaxation. Balancing progesterone levels can also alleviate other hormonal symptoms such as night sweats, hot flashes, and mood changes, which have an indirect effect on your sleep as well. If a progesterone prescription is not an option, there are other choices like GABA, magnesium, melatonin, passion flower, or valerian root. Another factor influencing sleep is cortisol, a hormone involved in your circadian rhythm. If your morning cortisol is low, you're going to have a tough time getting out of bed. There is a way to reset this naturally, and that involves light therapy. How to do it is you wake up in the morning when the sun is rising, go outside, and look in the direction of the sun whenever it's more in the reds and orange wavelength of light. Look in the direction for about 10 minutes. Don't stare directly at the sun. We don't want to damage your eyes, but look in the direction. Do the same thing when the sun is setting. Do this for about 3 days, and this helps to reset your circadian rhythm, helping you get a better night's sleep. In general, aim for about 7.5 to 8 hours of quality sleep per night. By addressing hormonal imbalances and prioritizing sleep quality and duration, you can enhance your overall well-being in this transformative time. Remember, menopause is a natural phase of life, not a disease. By understanding your body, making informed decisions about nutrition and exercise, and prioritizing sleep, you can significantly improve your quality of life during this transition. It's all about finding what works best for you and making sustainable changes. You're not alone in this journey. Many women experience similar challenges, and with the right approach, you can conquer menopause and feel amazing. I'd love to read about your menopause journey. Share your tips for weight loss, improved sleep down in the comments below. Your experience could inspire others. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more support and information. If you happen to live in the beautiful state of California, you could make an appointment with me. You could find my clinic's information down in the description. Thanks for watching. Your health and well-being are important to me, and I'm happy to support you on this journey.